So welcome to Let's Talk Cars, your weekly update from Challenge the Road. So welcome to Challenge the Road, Let's Talk Cars. I want to bring these back, and I want to do them every week now because I think they're quite important. And you know, my enjoyment of cars is so much, and there's so much happening all the time. Every day there's something changing or something I'm looking at. I thought I'd just give you some updates, but I've been really pleased with the feedback for the Q4, Q5 video. And that Q5, the new one with the bigger battery, is absolutely on the button. And you know, I've responded to a few comments on there. I know that the Q4 maybe looks better and has advantages as well, but that Q5, I've been running probably 60% electricity, 40% petrol, and I've had to do some long drives as well. I've had no hassle. I feel much more relaxed. I'm very happy, thank you, with that car. But one thing I have found is when you're driving, the battery rate it's dropping, it isn't dropping as much as an electric, as the full electric, which is really strange. So when I used to drive to work, it would go down like, I don't know, let's just say 14 miles on a 6-mile journey. It's actually going down 6 miles. So I'm getting a lot more benefit from that Q5, and I don't know if that's because it's ticking over to petrol a bit, but I'm really happy. I've done some little figures on it as well, that I think over 1,000 miles it's doing like 600 on electric, 400 on petrol, and the 400 is what I get when I fill up the car. I think I get about 385 for £70. So at the moment it's costing me £70 a month, which I think is pretty good, plus the electric, which I try and do in the evening, so not a huge amount. And that when I've done some pretty big journeys as well. So I think I'm about the rate, if I was out having to charge motorways, different things, the journeys I've been doing, I think I'm about the same. So I'm not seeing much there. But again, I do like the design of the Q4, but I think that Q5 has been excellent, and I want to try a few more hybrids as well. So I've been looking at a few more, and hopefully I could get a few more to the channel and just review them. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the feedback. I think hybrid's the way to go, and you know, I've responded to a few people about the Q4. Absolutely, if it can work for you, an electric works, but long term, I think 500 miles, half an hour charge, I'm back in. I'm all in at that. But if it's not, then I'm not that interested. And I like with this Rolls Royce, if it's going to be 300 miles and that's going to be 240 and it's going to take an hour and a half to charge, and when you're going to charging points that don't work and all this, I can't see that. That's not where I want to be. So number 2, looking at the market, I've been really studying the market around hypercars. And I'd like some feedback actually. I was thinking, what hypercar, if I'm going to do this 5-car garage, it has to have a hypercar. And I was looking at the Holy Trinity, so the P1, the 918 and the LaFerrari. And those cars, in fairness, I haven't really massively looked into because I thought I'd probably never be able to afford one. And sometimes with the cars, if I can't afford them, I don't really look at them. I just sort of go, oh, okay, that's nice. I mean, I remember being on the Seen Through Glass podcast, and he said to me, what do you think about this Bugatti Devo 10 million? I don't know. Yeah, it's nice, Bugatti, fine, but I'm not going to buy one, so it doesn't overly interest me. It's a work of art. But the cars that come to me is when I can actually afford them. That's when I really start to look at them. And to build a 5-car garage is going to be quite tricky, but I need a hypercar. So I've been chatting with quite a few people, mainly with VVS, with Harrison and Dan, and just going through what they think, what I think. I've done a ton of research on the cars, and what I'm trying to look for is a car that won't depreciate and potentially go up hugely in money. I'm not going to drive it very much, if at all, maybe 100 miles a year just to keep it ticking over. So give me your feedback. What would you go for now? So let's just go through the prices. So LaFerrari, 2 to 2.5 million and rising. McLaren P1, I would say between the prices I've seen are sort of, and they have gone up lately, 1.25 million to 1.8 million, very low mileage cars. That's what I'm looking at and seeing. 918, you've got prices from sort of, I think, 1.1 to 1.4 million at the moment. But I've been trying to sort of research it, you know, a lot more. So you've got 918, obviously Porsches, because it's called a 918. You've got 700 LaFerraris, because you've got 499 or 500 plus these 200 convertible Apertas. Then you've got P1 at 375, no convertible option, all left-hand drive. I think the others are all left-hand drive as well. So the P1 is massively more limited edition. Then I tried to look at, these are all hybrid cars, so if I was to buy a car at the moment, I'd want it to have some sort of hybrid technology to future-proof yourself. So the 918, I think, can do about 25 miles. Might need to be corrected on that, on electric. I think the P1 is saying about 11. The LaFerrari, I don't think has much electric mode. It's more an electric to boost the power. So I think the only plug-in one is the Mclaren and the 918. So you see where I'm going now with that. But the Mclaren is similar price, and there's a third less. So you've only got 375 against 918 of them. Then I looked into it a bit more, and if the battery goes flat on a LaFerrari, now you're all going to go, what? The battery is about 120,000 to replace. Now, I have spoken to some people in the know. They said to me that a guy did transport some in a container for a week, and both the batteries went flat, and it was 120,000 each. But because he was a VIP of Ferrari, they actually replaced it because it's right in the underfloor of the car. So that's a little bit scary. I don't want a power cut at home and then have, but LaFerrari is the top one price wise at the moment. But you know, you've got that's 120 grand sitting there. So P1 is not so bad actually, I think, because it's a plug-in hybrid as well. You've got some backup of the battery, so that's not too bad. But if to replace the battery on the P1, McLaren have now brought out a lot cheaper battery than a LaFerrari, but also it's 110 pounds lighter, around 55 kilo lighter, gives more performance to the car, but takes the EV range right down to just 2. But that option, I think, is about £50,000. So I see that the P1 is one that's probably going to go like that, because people were worried that they didn't have an option, and now they can. Also, there's another company I found that is doing a third-party P1 battery that's going to be even cheaper again, lighter, and give more performance. So that tech is moving. So P1 maybe, 918, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it too much. I've mainly been looking more at the P1 after I've done the research. I think the Porsche is a nice looking car, but that P1's got something about it. I think being a carbon tub, I think the McLaren badge, I know that they say the LaFerrari is more because it's a Ferrari badge, but McLaren have only really done like the F1, the P1, the Speedtail. I wouldn't put the Senna in the same league as P1 and F1. I think there's too many of them, and I'm just not sure on the styling on that car. So yeah, so I don't know what you guys think, but I'm edging towards P1 on that hypercar journey. But the prices are going up so quickly, I need to really either react quickly and get moving on that journey. So that's where I am on that, on this 5-car garage and the hypercar. So the next bit that's been going on is obviously we've got our car event at Bewl. I hope you can make it. Sunday 29th of May, try and put that in your calendar. I'm trying to get as many cars as possible. Obviously we've got part of our own collection coming, but yeah, I've had some fantastic owners get in touch with me and want to bring their cars along. So the aim of the day is 90s and 2000 road and rally cars, and I've also put in like a supercar hypercar section as well. it's not a huge amount of space there, so I'm trying to pick very limited edition cars that you're going to really appreciate. So if I try and run them off the top of my head, what I've got, so we've got a road Escort Cosworth kindly coming over with our rally Escort Cosworth, which Stuart at the moment is reconditioning and going up there next week to see how that's going. All the stickers are being put on, it's been resprayed now, and all the stickers are being done, so I'm really looking forward to that car. That was a podium car at the Thousand Lakes, Malcolm Wilson's first rally car he had with Ford, and that podium pushed him to being part of the Ford setup and going on to the success he's had today. Next one we got Subaru, obviously Subaru. So we got 22B and we got a WRC car 99. These are really special cars now. You've seen the values going through the roof, but I just love them cars. I think they look fantastic. But if you've got Subaru, you've got to have Mitsubishi. I sold my Tommy Mackinnon in lockdown because I thought everything was going to crash and the world was going to end, and that was stupid and I shouldn't have done that, but I did. So we've got a kind owner bringing a Tommy Mackinnon Evo 6, which we're going to sit with the Subaru. Looking for a P1. If anyone's out there, still can't get a P1. I don't know, there's quite a lot of them made, but I can't, maybe there are other car shows or not, but I'd like to get a P1 there, but I haven't got one yet. Lamborghini, we've got the SV Murcielago. That's an amazing car, and that's coming. We've got an STO coming along as well, which would be great. That's a fantastic car. We've got a Gallardo Superleggera coming, so that's on the Lamborghini front. We have got, what have we got? Lancia. So we've got the Lancia rally car coming, and we've got a Lancia road car, which should be fantastic to look at. We've got a Porsche GT3 RS. We've got an 812 Superfast convertible GTS coming. We've got some really cool hypercars, which I can't talk about now because I just want to make sure it's all done. It should be. What else we got coming? Let's try and think. We're going to bring the Rolls because that's just wicked. We've got the CTR Vantages coming down. We've got, what else we got? We've got VVS supplying some cars, but I just have to try and remember them all. But it's going to be probably 20-25 car lineup, but really limited stuff, things that you don't see very often, and I'm really looking forward to that day and getting all them cars there. I was trying to think of any others we've got the Vantage edition, the F1 edition that's just come out, hopefully got that there. We've hopefully got some more rally cars coming. I couldn't get my Focus because that's at Bewley, and I didn't want to take that out of there and bring it all the way over. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really nice day, and it'd be nice to meet people, show people the car, and some of the cars we've got, take some pictures with them, that type of thing. But yeah, it's not a huge amount of cars because it's not a huge area, but I'm just trying to get really good cars that you'll really appreciate in that era of that 90s and 2000s. So that's been going on. So yeah, that's just a quick update. I'm going to do these every week, but the next one will probably be around some of the auction, the results that have gone through, some of the cars I've been looking at, like some Integrales that are just tipping over 100k with quite a few miles, which is quite interesting. There was the 959 on collecting cars, be interesting what that goes for. Give you some updates on the hypercar journey, so some nice little bits there. But yeah, we'll see you soon.